So, the September Apple event has just happened recently, and I gotta say, it's a hit and miss situation. Hey guys, it's Immersad, and this is my honest review on the September 2022 Apple event. This year was kind of a mixed bag, just like the usual. There are some good products introduced that seem to be worth buying, and some that you probably might as well pass or wait or hold on to whatever you have. I'm just going to be honest here, I really expected to have this same type of reaction, because Apple usually just adds little updates to a previous gen model, just like what they do with their iPhones. But sometimes they may surprise us with something new once in a while. Before I begin, I just want to say that this video is solely on my opinion on the releases, so you may agree or disagree on what I say. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to help support my small channel out. Anyways guys, let's get started. So first off, I'm going to talk about the Apple Watches. These were the first to be revealed at the event, and for the majority of people, this is pretty much a skip. First, let's talk about the Series 8. There is pretty much nothing new with the Series 8, even design-wise. Sure, there may be a bigger screen, but that's literally like a millimeter thinner than the previous gen. The only differences I see in this model are the new health and safety features and fitness features. If you really care about the health and safety features like the crash detection, which is probably the most important safety feature in pretty much this entire Apple event and for all of these devices or whatnot, or the new fitness features it offers, maybe you can get it, but like overall, it's hella not worth it. There's nothing that exciting enough to warrant a purchase for an average consumer looking for something new. This is like if you have a shirt, right? And you buy a shirt that's like, I don't know, bigger than the previous shirt that you have. It's literally the same shirt, except the size of the shirt is pretty much slightly bigger. That's the shit I saw for this product, really. But to be honest, if you don't already have an Apple Watch already, maybe you might want it if you want the latest, but if you don't care, just get the previous gen or the SE. It already has features that you'll most likely need day in day out, and you'll save a bit of money, and plus it's practically the same thing anyway. Moving on to the SE, same thing, basically just like last year's but with a few touches. I feel like those who really want those new features, I would kinda recommend it this year if you seriously want the features, but again, it's literally just a few features that most people won't care about using. But the safety features are probably the most important thing on the Apple Watches, to be honest, like crash detection, because like it can happen to you really, and it's great to have a feature like that. I mean, we've already had like all these great features beforehand, but this is probably the most important feature on here. Anyways, so basically they just took some of the features of the Series 8 and put it on there. That's literally it. Otherwise, save your money, and that's pretty much it. Next up is the Apple Watch Ultra. Now, this is something that I may recommend for some people, especially like these athletes or some stuff. These are the type of people in the world that are adventurers or athletes or whatever. If you are that type of person, then this may be for you. Like, the amount of features that the new Apple Watch Ultra's features are incredibly insane. It's like, it's literally like a rugged version for those who want a tough ass screen on their wrist and a shit ton of tools that are pretty much hella useful. But if you can't afford that $799 price tag though, so basically the Apple Watch Ultra is basically an Apple Watch on steroids. It's like one of those, like, you know, those type of watches that are built to last. I've seen some few people use it before. I had a friend that like wore these type of watches. It's like one of those bulky ass digital watches that could like last for like fucking 10 something years, 10 or even more longer years. But this one is basically kind of like that, but they just slapped the screen and added all these goddamn features on there. So yeah, it's like, it's literally a tough bastard. I really want to see like durability tests by like Jerry Rick, everything. Like, this is going to be interesting to see some of those videos, to be honest. Same pretty much goes with the second gen AirPods. Not much on the outside, but there are a few new features that are decent enough. For example, it features the new H2 chip, which allows a new way of spatial audio, which it features dynamic head tracking, so that the music can adapt and adjust for a more immersive listening experience. Now when it comes to audio and stuff, I really can't judge much about it due to the fact that if you want to make a good and justified opinion on this experience on listening devices, you have to be in person for the full experience. It just overall would sound better than having to listen through your crappy $10 speakers. But watching them go in depth in this, I'm really digging these features. They also mention about the improved noise cancelling and battery life, so that may matter to some people. Honestly, overall, these features may be convincing to some buyers, for example, those who really like their music so much or something, or those who may be coming from inferior earphones. So I'm going to watch a lot of these reviews, because this is literally copy and pasting the AirPods, the old AirPods Pro version into the new AirPods version, but refreshing it a little bit, updating the noise cancelling and whatnot, and yeah, it's basically they just copy and paste most of the stuff, except they just add a few things in there on their album. But once people start seeing the reviews of these, they're just gonna probably stick to the old version once you realize, hey, it's practically the same thing like last year except a few new features. So when it comes to the AirPods Pro, I believe that people are just going to stick with the old version rather than trying to just buy a new one, because most of the average consumer is not going to care much about these little upgrades. Most likely they're probably going to be happier with the old version, and that's why they're going to stick with the old version or stick with whatever headphones they had. For me, I have some $60 headphones, yeah, and they're cracked and shit already, but when it comes to the audio experience and all that crap and noise canceling for $60, I pretty much got a bargain right there. It's hella good. I might make a review on that, but yeah, I don't think it would be worth getting the second gen, although the features are kind of good, like the personalized noise canceling, all that shit. But overall, when it comes to listening experience, it should probably be the same, just like the old AirPods Pro. Moving on to the star of the show, the iPhones. Now, iPhones are pretty much the most anticipated part of the event, and for good reason. Pretty much everyone left and right has iPhones, except me, because I have a fucking Android, but they're good. And obviously people want to see what new features the next iPhone will have, and they will decide if they want to buy an upgrade. So first off, the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Max. There is literally nothing new. I am being serious right now. Nothing new changed with the iPhone 14 and 14 Max. The only noticeable change here is that there is now a bigger version of the 14. For a long time now, the Pro versions only get the choice of a bigger option. Now you can pretty much get a bigger version of the iPhone without having to spend your life savings on just a bigger iPhone. Plus, you can also get that sweet battery life that the Pros have been getting for pretty much a while now. So now, quote unquote, broke people can get the Plus version, the bigger version of the iPhone, pretty much. So yeah, that's pretty much it with the new 14, quote unquote, 14 Max. They again copy and pasted the old version and tried to add something different to use that new tag. It's pretty much a tradition every year. People are still gonna buy it anyway. People are, of course, still going to buy it. So that's why Apple wouldn't care much about trying to be quote unquote innovative. Nobody use that shit no more over there, okay? I don't even know what the fuck's going on at this point over there. But yeah, sure, there is now a new processor and all that, but the previous phones are fast enough, so consumers wouldn't really care or notice much with the quote unquote performance boost. They just say all these numbers just to impress, but really, it's not much compared to last year's. But anyways, there are big features to the iPhones this year. First are the safety features, like what I mentioned before. They pretty much brought all the safety features from the Apple Watch to the iPhone, like the crash detection, which is also important. The most important safety feature in all of these devices. Another big feature they also added is SOS via satellite. This is probably the most important features by far on the iPhone and can probably save some lives. So let me explain. Basically, in a nutshell, it allows people to connect to satellites when you are in a dire, desperate need of help. If you're in the middle of nowhere, for example, if you're in the forest, if you're in the goddamn desert for God knows what. And if you want to try to contact somebody, usually you can't get a signal. A cell tower is probably miles and miles away from you if you're in the damn middle of nowhere, for example, With this new feature, it will try to contact emergency services by satellite to get to your location. As of now, I have never seen a feature like that on any other phone, but Prove me wrong. There probably might. So this being on a consumer phone is a big deal. It will be a big deal, and there's probably going to be a scenario for some random person out in the world. It's going to happen, and it's so important to make sure that the safety of the users is like number one priority, basically. So I am pretty much happy that like Apple is continuing to like focus on the safety aspect as well. But yeah, like you don't pretty much have to worry about dropping signal and shit if you're lost in some random ass area in the middle of nowhere. I feel like this is one of the features that will be a deal breaker for some. Moving on to the 14 Pro and Pro Max. The biggest and most noticeable change here is the floating pill shaped notch, or the dynamic island? Who the fuck named this shit? That's what the guys at Apple would like to call it, but anyways, fuck that. The thing here is with this new notch is interesting to me because for one, leaks and rumors have been showing up left and right saying if they're going to be an I shape, and then days before the event, leaks and rumors were now going to say it's not going to be an I shape, it's going to be a full pill. And instead Apple is going to fill that gap with software. Now this surprised some people, and the opinions with this are pretty much hella mixed. Some didn't like it and some liked it. In my opinion, I feel like the pill looks better because like I don't like just having these multiple like black spots or black areas. I like it. I like how like seamless it is with one whole pill. I like it's more cleaner. It just feels like it's like more symmetrical, if I would say. I don't know how else to describe it, but I also don't forget to mention, like, in my opinion, I really do not understand the hate against the pill-shaped design beforehand, because like it's literally just the length of the notch, except there's gonna be some screen above it. That's pretty much it. You want me to prove it? I'm gonna prove it right now. Anyways, here's the interesting part. Apple has made it where the notch dynamically changes size and shape to whatever content will be displayed on there. The way that they utilize the space is really smart and will be very practical. This area basically shows stats and shit and other media that will go on there. And I really love it, and it's great that they didn't just leave it at some boring ass black pill just sitting there. When I first saw this quote-unquote dynamic island, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna call it a pill. When I first saw this feature, I was like, damn, that's immediately my most favorite UI feature so far on a phone or on any other device. It's the utilization of this small area is so smart. Like, it's also hella practical as well. So like, what you can like view your Spotify while viewing your Google Maps directions and looking at your timer and shit or whatever. But the thing is, it's interesting what it's going to look like when you like rotate your phone landscape. So like, what is the content on there not going to rotate? Is it going to like change size when you're watching videos in full screen? So it's going to be interesting to see what it will look like day in day out when reviewers start reviewing the iPhone 14 Pro Max and 14 Pro when they do release. So I want to see demos testing out the pill right there. And it would be interesting to see how the pill would adapt to whatever you're doing day in day out as you're using the phone and shit. Anyways, another feature they finally added to the new iPhone is an always-on display. This shit has been way long overdue in my opinion. Ever since they put OLED under iPhones, people have been asking for so damn long to put something like this on an iPhone. Android had this for years already, and yes, I had to say it even though a shit ton of people already said, oh my gosh, Android had this for years. And all that bullshit. Pretty much complained about it all on Twitter already, but I'm not gonna go over that crap. An already had feature on many phones on iPhone wouldn't be finished enough without the Apple twist, like I call it. I'm just gonna let this clip say for itself. So yeah, it's really nice that they finally implemented this feature, but man, they're slow. I believe that most likely the older iPhones won't be getting this feature. That's just what I will think will happen. I'm not confirming this at all, but really, I don't think the other iPhones have the technology to do so despite having the OLED and shit. Lastly, I want to go over the camera situation. The thing with Apple and their cameras is that they pretty much nail it or recycle the same shit over and over again, but most likely there will be a few new features added to the camera system each year. First off, the main lens is now 45 megapixels, while also maintaining low light quality. From what I'm seeing in the presentation, demos look really good, not gonna lie. So all of the detail captured with low light and shit, it's all good. Like, it's crazy detailed. Even the daylight pictures, I can literally see the textures of the skin and shit. I like how the colors are like so vibrant. I love all the detail. Well, I mean, everyone pretty much understands why iPhones have the best camera systems and shit. I know like Samsung has all these fancy features like the 100 times zoom and all that shit, but when it comes to like details and quality, I think iPhone has to get the prize winner for that, because like sometimes Androids can like do weird shit. As an Android user, I've had many weird shit happen before. I think pretty much when it comes to like smartphone cameras, Apple takes the cake most of the time. It's really crazy how photos like these are taken on the smartphone. Would love to see some camera comparison videos in the future. A new feature also mentioned is that there's also 2x telephoto, which I really do not care about, and probably the majority of users as well. The front camera is not as exciting as the back, but at least you get true depth, which is cool. The recording aspect is a tad more exciting than the photos part. Because of its new system, Apple is also increasing the stabilization of the cameras to the point where these cameras are barely shaking at all. The recordings on these iPhones literally look like they're recorded on a gimbal. I'm dead ass serious. Like, look how stable this shit is. Like, I've never seen stabilization this good since like the fucking S22, S21. I fucking forgot the models at this point. So yeah, it's literally just as good as the ones on the Galaxy S phones with their ultra stabilization feature, whatever the fuck. I don't pay attention to those, honestly. They're really not much to cover here, except you can record with 4K 30 FPS or 24 FPS. So, final thoughts. Did this year's event impress me? Partially, but not fully. Are most of these products worth to buy? Honestly, not really. Not really. Just like the usual, some of these products are just recycled from last year, like the Series 8, except they just slapped some tiny new features in there to warrant it being called new. Same pretty much goes with the iPhone 14 series, including the Pro. Sure, some of these things introduced in this year's did impress me, like what, the dynamic island feature. Fucking, who the fuck named this shit? I swear to God. Who at Apple approved this shit? Why? Why do you call it a fucking dynamic island? Why don't you call it a dynamic notch or whatever? Bruh. It has, but it has to be one of my favorite UI features so far, and all the new shit like the new Apple Watch Ultra delivers. But honestly though, assuming you guys rock decent Apple products, I think you guys should just maybe I think you guys should probably wait a little longer before upgrading. There's no product here that gives an innovation or a massive wow factor. It's just small new features there and there, and some surprises there and there. No new groundbreaking features that can convince the average Joe to upgrade from last year's iPhone or their Androids or whatever the fuck. If some of these features matter to you, go ahead. Like, I'm not stopping you from going ahead. And why the fuck would you want to listen to some random ass kid with like 380, 390 subscribers? You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with that. Like, if you want to buy the new iPhones or whatever, go ahead. Like, if you want to waste your money, go ahead. I don't care. But to the majority of people, I think it's pretty much a pass for now. But yeah, what do you expect? It's Apple. They're not gonna do much with new products anymore. They're just gonna slap some new features and hey, it's a new iPhone. It's the best iPhone we ever created. They keep saying the same shit over and over again every year. It's the newest iPhone. It's the most advanced iPhone. Like, good, look, I'm gonna have let me put a compilation of the many times they kept saying the most advanced iPhone ever created every year and year. Play the clip.
The best iPhones we've ever done are the most advanced iPhones ever. It's the best iPhone that we have ever created. It is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone. It is the most advanced iPhone we've ever created. And these are the most powerful and most advanced iPhones that we have ever built.
And like, what the fuck? Come on. So I don't really expect anything mind-blowing at all. Every time they say it's going to be the most advanced iPhone, it's basically a red flag saying, hey, we didn't add shit. We didn't add much shit on the new iPhone. So this is the reason why I think people should have the more realistic mindset when it comes to Apple Watches. People shouldn't be expecting, oh, we're going to have a folding iPhone. We're going to have an extra camera. Like, bro, don't believe the fucking leaks and rumors. They're not going to be true most of the time. This is why people are mostly disappointed all the time. And for me, when it comes to these launches, I'm most likely not disappointed at all because you have to be realistic with your expectations. One more thing I gotta mention, I pretty much kind of rushed this script due to the fact I wrote this all in school and at home. So I probably missed a few things there and some things may not make any sense. I'm trying to get this uploaded on the same day or the next day or whatever to make sure that this video can still be a bit relevant to be able to gain like 10 views. But really, I don't have much pressure at all due to the fact I barely get any views anyway. So yeah, I was going to release it like on September 8th or September 8th or September 9th, but due to some recent news, you probably heard about it. Yeah. I've been paying attention to that a lot more. It's crazy. Like, it's like, damn, 70 years reigning in the British monarchy. That's crazy, bro. I also have like a shit ton of work as well, so yeah, that kind of delayed the release of this video. And also, don't forget, I have to edit this too, so that also might delay it for another day. So yeah, when it comes to news, unfortunately I'm late, but I don't have pressure anyway. But yeah, if I forgot something, maybe leave a comment down below, and of course, if you disagree with what I said about the Apple event, that's pretty much fine. I don't mind it at all, and you can comment on your thoughts on the Apple event to see if you liked it or not. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I also did some commentary on last year's September Apple event, which you can check on the top right corner of the screen, so go ahead and check that out. Also, as always, don't forget to check out my other videos because I would really appreciate your support. And of course, subscribe and like and share my videos to help support my small channel out. Don't forget to subscribe to my second channel too, where I upload off-topic stuff. Follow my Twitter to stay up to date on what I'm doing. And anyways guys, this is Innocent and good night.